This episode is brought to you by our book friend, Juniper. Now, you've probably heard his name before, and that's because Juniper is the guy who made us our very own Discord channel, then became a patron just to join it. So we want to give an extra special shout out to him because it's people like him that really help this podcast grow. And if you want to help as well, you can go to patreon.com/podcastatt and make a pledge. On with the show. Yeah!
Hello and welcome back to the Sword of Truth podcast, the alcohol-fueled chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series with a final sip of craft brew on the side.
What?
We're finally getting the final sip.
Like
Today. The final sip today.
Not
Yeah.
like ever.
No.
Oh God. Okay.
No.
You shouldn't say things like that because you had me worried. I thought you had planned some nefarious thing that you
No.
didn't tell me about, and you're like, yeah, this is Nate's last beer ever. He doesn't know.
No.
It's gonna be so funny.
No, I just planned like an intro thing for
I see.
the final. I'm Jade.
And I'm Nate, and on this episode, we are finally getting into the final chapter. Finally. Of Blood of the Fold.
It's the final fold.
It is the final fold. Oh, gosh. Fuck, we're off to a hot start.
Yeah.
All right.
We're just rolling along.
Well, before we get into that, I want to tell you guys about 4 Acre Freedom. 4 Acre Freedom is a family-owned and operated one-stop shop, or several stops, if you choose. That's okay, too, for everything that you're probably already looking for. They've got great shirts, hoodies, beer koozies. They've got custom-made rings and jewelry. They can do woodwork, signs, leatherwork. They have farm-to-table bread, candies, and confections that are very delicious and make good gifts, I might add. And you should check them out for yourself. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as always, you can check them out at 4acrefreedom.com. 4 Acre Freedom. High quality, handcrafted.
It's awesome. I have a question, though. This is not related to them, really. It's a curiosity myself, and I feel like I know the answer already. But is it koozie?
Yeah, beer koozie.
Because I've said cozy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, actually, it's like a beer can holder because
Yeah.
beer koozie is a name brand, pretty sure. We might need to look into that.
Well, that's all I'm saying.
But yeah.
I'm pretty sure I say it both. Like, I'm pretty sure I flip back and forth.
It's
So,
can koozie.
I guess I just wanted on record that, I guess I don't know which way to say it, and I know I say it wrong sometimes. So,
It happens.
there you go, guys. I'm aware.
It's kind of like the word nuclear. Did you know that nuclear is also a correct pronunciation of that word?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, I guess.
I just learned that this week. Both ways totally accepted. But I've tried really hard to only say nuclear whenever it comes up, which isn't exactly often, but when it does, I'm like, nope, gotta say it right.
Yeah.
Turns out I've been wrong and right all these years. That's wonderful.
Yeah. I feel like I am good like 90% of the time. There's just certain tricky words like that come from reading that I've never heard out loud. I've just said in my head and I'm like, yeah, for sure I'm right. And then I realize I'm wrong. So, if you guys want to hang out with us a little bit more in depth and listen to us bullshit maybe a little bit more, you can see us
About book stuff.
Yeah,
About book stuff.
this book stuff specifically. We're going to be over on Patreon for our live episode that's going to wrap up the end of this episode. This Saturday, the 4th of December.
Correct.
At 6 Eastern Standard Time.
That's right.
Yeah, I
That's
got
right.
it. I fucking nailed that.
If you're listening to this on the day of release, that's this Saturday.
Yeah, couple days from now, we will be there with you and a beer, and it'll be awesome. I got the day off work, so I'm super excited.
Yeah, literally took the day off just for this.
Yeah,
it's gonna
just
be
for
awesome.
you guys. I'm excited. I'm gonna start drinking early probably. So
It's going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Amazing. But what's going to be even more amazing is this really long-ass episode that you guys are all going to get to enjoy, because this is going to be a long one. We have extra notes for this, and we did not trim it because we were like, you know what? Fuck it. It's the final one. We deserve, this book
going
deserves.
all in.
Yes. All the time.
All the things.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the things all the time. Let's go, baby.
All right. Well, are you ready? Yes. Beer's cracked. Here we go. This chapter opens with Richard finally getting to wake up next to Kahlan.
Aw.
Yeah. Now he's in pain, but he's satisfied, right? Because he's waking up next to Kahlan. That's where he's wanted to be for this entire time. And then he remembers that there's a lot of dead people who are dead because of him.
Yeah.
And then he's sad again.
Yeah. So that brief moment when he opens his eyes, he's like, oh, this is great. And he's like, fuck.
He went downhill so fast because he woke up and he still had his pants on, right?
Yeah.
So, you didn't even,
Yeah.
you didn't really get a chance to celebrate last night.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not great all the way around. Plus, he's being woken up, which sucks. You want to sleep in after something like that, right?
Yeah, for the whole fucking day.
Right, as long as you can. Kara shows up in the room giving them shit about, you guys got to be naked if you really want to fuck. Come on, when you get your clothes on, but they were exhausted. They came home and fucking crashed.
She's like, Lord Rawl, don't you know you need to have your pants off to do that? And he's, what the fuck are you talking about?
I know you know better than that, wink wink. Now what the fuck does that mean? She is there because Ulick needs to see Richard, but was too nervous to peek his head in the door because obviously he thought that the Lord Rawl's pants would be off.
Literally everybody was like, they're gonna fuck tonight.
Oh, they're fucking for sure.
They haven't seen each other in forever. Even though they're tired, they're definitely gonna do it. And they were all wrong.
And if you look upon thine royal jewels, I hear your eyes fall right out of your skull. So, not doing it.
Not doing it.
So Ulick found a body on the bottom of the cliff, right? That was covered in snow. It's all kind of melted away a little bit, or at least they've been digging through it and trying to see what's down there.
They didn't really make it clear because it seems like time hasn't really gone very far in the future. Like, it's only been a few days, I think, since we heard last that it was super snowy and they couldn't find the bodies. So I assume they've been digging. And
I kind of assume they quit.
Yeah.
We won't know for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's just, it is what it is. Whatever's down there is down there.
That's what I thought. But maybe this is one of those,
stop.
those things in the plot that are supposed to confuse you about timelines. Like, oh, maybe it's spring now.
Could
maybe
be.
2 months have passed over the last 24 hours.
Well, we do know that some weeks have gone by because this is Richard, taking time to heal.
Well,
you know what I mean?
This is right after the battle, though, still.
Oh, yeah. So it's like the day after.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. No. Okay. So what I'm thinking of is in just a little bit, some days go by while he's... Okay. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Never mind my face. Anyways, the body's not Zedd, right? It's Valdora. They recognize her by her teeth. The old lady, obviously thrown from a cliff, and nobody feels bad about that.
Yeah, they're like, oh, she sold honey cakes. They don't know that she was, gonna fucking kill Anne and do some bullshit.
Yeah. No, they have no idea. They're like, oh, damn it. The sweets lady?
Yeah, shit.
Fuck. She owed me, so many honey cakes.
No, he made a terrible deal, remember? He was like, just give me and my couple friends here some honey cakes and we'll call it good.
Stupid deal. Anyways... Kara says the funeral fires will start soon, and Richard insists on being there, since he's basically the cause of all the death. The fires burn for days? Days?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of fucking bodies.
Yeah, taking care of 27,000 bodies. And Richard stays for the whole thing.
Yeah, that's gonna smell really bad. I'm sorry, that's really disrespectful to the dead people, but that's... Ugh.
Yeah,
I
well,
can't imagine.
Can't smell great.
No.
Okay, just because of... oh, gross. of morbid curiosity, I had to punch into Google, how long does it take to burn a body? An average human body takes from 2 to 3 hours to burn completely and will produce an average of 3 to 9 pounds of ash.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's not that surprising considering how much you weigh in life, like as a human being.
Yeah. So you finally lost that weight.
Seriously.
So it's all good. Okay, so now, just because I'm curious, and then
math.
I promise that I will move on to, what was it?
27,000.
27,000 bodies times roughly 3 hours is... Now, I'm sure they did these several at a time.
Oh,
but just,
probably more than several. There was probably...
In theory, probably all of them. If you're doing that many.
Probably 2 or 3 giant pits.
But
I'm assuming.
So we're talking 81,000 hours.
So yeah, I mean, you could divide that up in a certain way. I don't want to do any more math.
No.
But you could definitely.
Point is, long ass time, and he stays for the whole fucking thing just because he's a good guy.
Yeah, standing vigil and all that.
Now his shoulder and his mood, they do worsen over those days. Obviously, your mood would go to shit doing something like that. He barely speaks. And he can't really get the vision of all the death out of his mind. Walking among literally tens of thousands of burning bodies, probably not going to help that either.
Yeah.
This has to be, all jokes aside, this is a moment where Richard is really coming to terms with the weight of some of his decisions. Like obviously, okay, those people chose to attack the Midlands, so they did deserve what they get, but still there's a lot of fucking dead people here, and he's in charge.
Yeah, I mean, and when you think about it, Richard's been through a lot. Like he's done a lot of fighting, he's done a lot of killing on his own. He's seen different aftermaths of fighting, like in some of the villages that were ransacked and things. But this is probably on a much grander scale than he's ever seen, because he's never been in, like, an army or a war. Like, this is definitely, like, wartime casualty shit that it's gonna fuck you up a little bit if you've never seen it before, let alone feeling like it's all your fucking fault in the first place.
Yeah, and I mean, in the first book, he's up against Dark and Rawl, and true, Rawl has an army, and that is a factor, but only in the way, like, you don't want to run into the guards. Ooh, get around them. But no, like you said, this is war. This is all out war.
Yeah.
This is hundreds of thousands of people now listening to Richard.
Yeah.
And another guy, and they're gonna battle to the death. Like, whoa, we've only been doing this for like a year, give or take. Yeah. It goes so fast. It's intense.
Yeah.
But obviously it's weighing on him, and that's why Kahlan comes over to him and she's like, hey dude, I'm fucking worried about you. You're obviously taking this poorly. It's not good. You shouldn't be taking it well, but you know.
Yeah, you can't let this kill you though.
Right. He says it's easy to say that he can't let it crush him, but it's hard when it is his fault they all die. Kahlan asks if he really believes that. After all, his gift works on instinct, and that's what he was following.
That's what caused all of this. But he was being dumb, and the Merizwith were his fault. Like, that was my initial thought as she's saying this. I'm like, okay, like, his instincts were fucked up, though, because he had the Merizwith cape on that was leading him down a terrible fucking path. So,
right.
Maybe his I mean, I get that's a little bit of a, like, wishy-washy. Well, his instincts made him put the cape on in the first place, but I don't know, man. I don't know. He was being dumb, so it
Seems
is kind
thin.
of yeah. That's how I feel about that one.
Kahlan gets him to play a game of what if. Spoiler, not a fun game.
No.
What if he didn't go to the Sliff? She claims that he would have been here when the Merizwith got there, and then he would have fought them at the start of the day as opposed to the end. He would have been too tired to last until the end of the onslaught. Which, I mean, does make sense.
It does, except it leads me to other questions.
Uh-oh.
Okay? So, would they have come in the first place?
Strap in, kids.
Like, Richard is the thing that... Okay, I know some of the Merizwith were already fucking there in the first place. Like, they were kind of coming in. They were trying to attack him and Gratch. How did they get there? By the way, did they travel all the way from the old world